Oh yes, where was I? Interruptions. Life. Anyhow, eh, managed to get a job in a local butcher shop, even though I was very young and underage to work. I managed first helping them out, taking trash and stuff, and then they moved me up to the higher position where I would, help them do things in the store and help get meat on the table. And after a while, the boss would get impressed with my work, and he actually gave me some money so that I could take that home too. And yay! So at the age of 16, when my mom finally got a stable boyfriend that wasn't going to be abusive to her, that's when I left home and started my life. And it's also when I met my first lover, which was Royce, and um, everything seemed to be going rather okay, except that after a while, we broke up because he was doing things behind my back, and I couldn't stand for that. And then there was a brief period when I was completely out on my own, and I basically hang at the local bars and would occasionally meet someone. Then I met John. John was my heartthrob, and I loved him so much. I was with 3 years with him, and I thought, he was the one, and that we would live happily ever after. Well, blow that story, because this dope couldn't keep his dick in his pants. His hands out of somebody else's. It turns out he was cheating on me behind my back. One night when we were on vacation, we were over to 12 West, and we were having so much fun there, and I wanted to continue on a little more in the evening, and he said, "Fine, I'm going to go home, and I'll meet you later." And I said, "Fine." So later on that evening, I just about half an hour after he left, I thought, "Oh, I had enough of it. I'm going to go home to the hotel." By the time I got there, I went to open the hotel room, and Bonehead was having sex with someone else. That really, I lost it. I completely lost it. Went berserk, because it was all the drugs and stuff I was on. And anyway, short story on that, I got lost in New York City, and at the bad side of town. And actually, it was my fault what happened next, because I wanted to get even with him. I thought I'd maybe go and meet somebody myself and even the score. But halfway through my intent, stupid me, I said, "Well, I'm going to go back to the hotel room and confront him and tell him I'm pissed off, and try and see what happened from there." Then it's not easy for me to talk about this, because it took a few years of therapy just to try to get me to open up and talk to anybody about it. But that evening, I was jumped by two guys and raped and left unconscious in an alleyway. Isn't what I had in mind, and already heard. You don't know how close to hell you can be, and how close to death you can come to. And I completed for your life. Anyways, I had in mind that in that things that was going on was to try and get this over with as quickly and as painlessly as possible, and try and get back to safety. Anyways, I'll spare the gruesome details of it, but wound up, I woke up a little time later. Had trouble walking because I was bleeding from the rear. Frankly, excited one too many, and I stumbled out of the alleyway. There were two girls there, probably prostitutes working in the streets there at that time. They brought me to a local clinic and I got patched up. I got back to my hotel room. Well, naturally, my lover was there, but the guy was gone that he was with, and explained to him what had happened. We could have had sexual relations for a while after that because of what happened. I was too damaged to set of action for which is, to say the least. And it was when I got. Luckily, it was a day or two before our vacation ended and we had to take the flight back home. When I got back home, I got treated. Apparently that I was hurting from the rear and I was wondering why. Apparently the guy who did his worst on me in the back left me a parting gift, which took 6 months to get cured from. And I spare you what it was. All I know is that I didn't want anybody to touch me. And even to this day, I don't want anybody to touch me back there. Spent 4 years afterwards not being with anyone. But before that, though, a few days later, after I got back home, I was totally out of it. I was so depressed. Stayed drunk most of the time. And whatever drugs the local pushers were pushing in the local bars. One evening I got so out of it that about 5 days after that, I attempted suicide. It wasn't something that I would be proud of to mention. Luckily, a close friend had noticed my distress in me. I wasn't acting normal. So I guess somehow my attitude tipped him off, and he followed me home. while I was in the bathroom of my apartment. I had already taken a whole bunch of pills that I had stashed. Whatever I had in the medicine cabinet went. And took a blade to my wrist. So, and couldn't take it anymore. You see, back then, a woman being raped, they have a support. They have safe houses and places where they can go and get help. But for somebody who looks effeminate, or even transvestite or transgender, they didn't give a shit. They were considered less than human. And that was the hardest part. Because without help, hope was kind of like absent from it. I was about to pass out, and I heard this faint banging at my apartment door. And I heard a crash, and it was Patrick, and he was yelling out my name, and he managed to open the bathroom door and find me on the floor. And that's how he found me, lying there on the floor, slashed, and he must have had previous training, or I guess, because he knew exactly what to do. He stopped the bleeding, and he made me throw up all the pills that I had taken. Luckily, I don't know if it's luckily, he managed to get enough of them out of me that I was regaining some consciousness, some idea of where I was. Also, the alcohol and the other stuff I had taken during the evening. That was not good. Anyways, he managed to. He wanted to take me to the emergency, but I told him not to. I wanted him to lock me away, because I really would have been not good for me then, too. It really took me over the edge, further even. I would have never come out of it. Anyways. He stayed with me that night, watched over me. Like a true friend. And I didn't even do the capacity. Damn. He deserved it, at least. Like he was in love with someone else. And I had to respect him for that. Especially since that other person he was in love with was one of my friends. So I didn't want to cause any trouble with him. With his partner. So, anyways. I was spending the rest of my time just working my ass off, and I had taken 2 jobs, and just to keep myself busy, to keep my mind off everything, not to be alone, to always be out. I would be working like almost 18-hour days at shipping for long periods of times, and just come home just to take a quick shower and pass that. Patrick died sometime later in the AIDS epidemic. So there were a lot of friends. The younger brother, the baby of the family, Michael, he died. Lost a lot of friends. Because 4 years after that, was, I went into like complete shutdown. I was barely sociable with anybody. Sure, I managed to go to work and earn money to keep alive, but I would never let anybody near me. They weren't close to my heart. So, and just lately I'm starting to really recover from all of the hell that I've been through. The person that I just celebrated my birthday last month, and I had put myself in suicide watch. I think I mentioned it very little before that. And I met Amelia and you, Don, and I'm starting to slowly redevelop connections with people, even though they're not near me, online at least. There is a support group here that I participate with, but I never get to see them on the street. We never really communicate with each other, even though I've given them my email. They would try and, keep in touch with me, but they haven't. But I don't really care really, because they probably have their lives and they're so busy themselves too. So, anyways, to finish my rant and rave here, like I said, I'm on medication, so I'm hanging in there. Hopefully, it's going to get even better. And I'd like to do this by closing. Thank you, Amelia, Dawn, Lady V, and quite a few others that are out there that have helped me and are helping me kind of like make it through. And eventually, if God willing, be able to have my bottom surgery done and be a complete woman afterwards. I can only hope that it'll all end happily ever after. I'll meet somebody and we'll be madly in love, and that I'll grow old and die happy, knowing that I spent my last years with someone who loved me for me. So, this is Marie. I'd like to thank you and everyone else out there, and wish you all the best. Wish you God watch over you, and take care of you, keep you healthy and safe from harm. Much love, much kisses to all you all, and until our next video, see you. By then you'll be able to see how well I've adapted and see if the medication has made any changes that you will notice, and that will show everyone that, the life wreath can pound you into the ground, and people make you wish you were never born, but you can survive somehow. So, Melody signing out. Peace. Alright? Take care. Bye.